Hi, Medyhne.
Hi, lovely to see you, Jackie.
Lovely
So
to
good to
see you.
talk with
It's been a while since we've had a chat, isn't it?
you. It has, absolutely.
So yeah,
Yes,
lovely. So you're in New South Wales, aren't you, in Australia?
that's true. Yes, I do move around a bit,
Yeah, I
but
don't think you were
I
there the last time I spoke with you.
no, I was in Queensland, I think, last time, but now I'm in New South Wales. But yeah, no, a bit of a gypsy, but also I think energetically we're being guided to just move to different places and be in different spots. So I'm following that, higher
Yes.
sort of guidance that I'm getting, and just going with the flow with that as well.
Wonderful. So would you like to just say a bit about yourself and what you do? Because you've got a whole YouTube channel and loads of people. You speak with loads of different people yourself. The reason I'm speaking with Medyhne today is because of her book that she's written. So we'll hear about that in a minute. But do you want to just say a little bit about yourself, Medyhne?
Oh, sure, Jackie. Well, first of all, thank you so much for having me here. It's such a joy to chat with you.
Yeah,
And
lovely.
well, I guess with my background, I have been doing a lot of different creative things in my life. I used to write a lot of songs, be a singer-songwriter, did some concerts for a while. We had some videos done of our music. I also have written different books. I've had one book published a while ago that sort of went to libraries throughout Australia, and did sort of different interviews and things for that and got it out there with a publisher in Australia, actually, called Heartfelt Publishers. And I also were doing things like energy healing, for a long time, 30 years, working with Palladian light work, energy healing, full sensory perception healing, and I'm a Reiki master and different things like that. So I worked with a lot of people and with groups and things, but since the last couple of years, I have been really guided to paint, and it's sort of like a new phase for me. And I have been quite prolific, actually, I guess you could say, doing a lot of painting, and it's so fascinating because that actually. Over the last few years, little did I know that a lot of the paintings that I did over that time actually were perfect for for all the chapters of the book that I just channeled, but we'll get into that in a minute. But it was it was so
I've
interesting.
seen some of your pictures. They're really out there, aren't they? Really lovely.
Oh, thank you. There's a lot of color,
Yes, and
and
I love colour.
oh, me too, me too. And there's also a lot of people say there's a lot of inner child in the painting. So it actually touches, it's sort of like people say, I guess they say it's like a more of a like a pure energy that touches them in that sort of way that there's sort of no, it's not artifice or anything like that. It's just sort of a pure energy that people can feel. And I've never had, actually, to be honest, I've never really had art lessons or anything like that. It's just all come out, and I love it so much, and I'm sure that it gets picked up in the paintings that I'm really loving doing it. And also I use essentials like joy, harmony, peace, that one's above me, in my paintings too. So that's the energetic imprint going into the actual
Oh, I
painting
love
as well.
that.
But they're all beautiful topics like fantasy, animals, animal whimsy, fantasy, mystical, and also some design features as
So
well.
I do
Design.
art as well. I love doing art.
Oh,
And I did,
fantastic!
yeah, we
What do
had
you
an evening this week on caustic art. Have you heard of that?
on
On
cost?
caustic art, where you put the wax on the iron and then put that onto the.
Oh, no, no, no. Oh, that's fantastic. Do you have a particular thing that you paint, Jackie?
No, it's pretty abstract.
Yep.
I was just gonna, like, just one, for instance.
Oh, lovely. I love the colors. Yes.
And
I
like
love
you
the
love colours. Um,
me too.
I've got loads. I've actually got loads under.
Oh,
But yeah,
fantastic.
it's pretty abstract, but I just love the color. Yeah, but I
Um,
will anyway, I'll show you an encaustic art one in a minute. But
yes.
yeah, so that's lovely that you do art. I love that. But also you've spoken with lots of different people. What I love about your website and also YouTube, Arise Humanity.
Oh, thank you. Yes, I'm glad you mentioned it because I wanted to mention it and I got lost in the other things. But yes, my YouTube channel, I've done so much work on that over the years. There's over 700 videos there now, and I've talked to a range of people throughout the world that are doing incredible things. And I like to really highlight some wonderful initiatives that people are doing that are making a difference. Plus, I do a lot of creative things on there as well. And I like to do things that are constructive, you know, that are going to uplift people. And for example, my latest interview was just one with a man who has incredible bee initiatives, saving bee populations around the world with
Saw
his
that.
initiative. Yeah, which is really, really special. And um, I the latest thing that happened was I did a 72-hour fast of just water. And when I came out of that, I just got all this energy coming down, and I was told to write. So I started writing, and I got a book that came through from Archangel Zadkiel.
Oh,
And so
feels
that's my latest thing that I'm just so thrilled to be able to bring out. And so this Archangel Zadkiel is a beautiful angel who works with prayer, forgiveness, and he's very profound energy. And so basically I just started writing, and I just kept writing for, I think it was about 6 weeks, 2 months, and I came out with an amazing book that is basically, the premise is that it teaches people in the story to go in and look at the world in different ways, through different perspectives, through different eyes. So it expands consciousness, and it brings in the ability for people to see the world through different life forms, you know, different things, the ocean, animals, mermaids, you know, different types of energies, and to be able to have more empathy and compassion, I guess, for the way that we all have our own reality and see the world in different ways. So it is very much part of the, I think, the new earth, the golden age energy of bringing through something that's pushing the unification of humanity and the oneness.
honestly. So you did a 72-hour fast, and that, because I've heard how good that is for you. If you've
Yeah.
got any illness in your body, that will start to rectify everything, won't it? I got to 36 hours, but I
Well,
really,
that's
yeah, but I really need to do the 72 hours, because I could have done it, you know. I think I wasn't shaky or anything. So just the water, yeah.
that they do say when you get to 72 hours, there's a thing that happens, it's complete cellular renewal, complete
Yeah.
cellular regeneration.
Yes.
So you actually have shifted all the old energy. And I actually could feel that too when I did it. Like I could feel all this, like it's like when you clean your house and you throw out all the old stuff, and then
Yes.
you make way for the new energy to come in. You know, it's very feng shui and very cathartic. And then all this download of energy came through, and it was like you become like a pure vessel for higher consciousness, for spiritual energy to come through, because I think even food, and the way food is today, it's quite, it can be quite dense. It can lower our frequency. Our natural frequency can be much higher than the food, so it's actually suppressing, you know, your ability to bring through this higher wisdom and knowledge sometimes, I think.
And so had you been in touch, like, would you have communicated with Archangel Zadkiel before that, or that was the first time that he's come through, or, you know, to you?
Well, I have had a range of archangels and beings like the Christ consciousness energy, Archangel Michael, different beings come through. But that was probably in the biggest consistent way that he really came through with this message. And if I can share with you, I don't know if we
Yes,
can share the
please.
screen,
Let me
but
make you a co-host, yes.
oh, fantastic. Because I have an image here of a couple of years ago, I took a photo of the sky of the clouds. And, you know, it's interesting how all this synchronizes into what's happening now, because this is, when you look at it, it's a photo. And maybe I'll show it to you first and see what you pick up, but I'll put it on the screen. Here we are. And can you see that? And to me, or shall I tell you what I see?
Way, or is that?
It's an archangel. So there's a wing. There's a wing
Oh,
here.
I see.
And
I
there's
see.
a head, and there's all light around the heart chakra. And there's the robes down here. And then here is a dove. Now, this is fascinating because Archangel Zadkiel, his energy is of peace. And there's a
Oh,
giant dove here.
truth chills then, Medyhne.
Isn't it amazing? And I just it blows me away that how that aligns with what's happening now. You know, there is no time, and it all comes through at the right moment in
Absolutely.
alignment with, you know, what the book brought through. So I'm putting that image in the book as well.
Oh,
And that was a really special moment, I felt.
absolutely. Oh, that's really wonderful.
Thank you.
So then it all come through quite, how did you get it ordered into a book? Like, you know, to know where to start. Did you have chapters on different subjects that you would go through with him?
Yes, I was told the names of the chapters and the order, and it didn't all the chapters didn't come out straight away. They came out sort of in sequence. And so another synchronicity that happened with it, which was incredible, was that the lead character in the book goes into this bathroom and he looks into a mirror, and each time he looks at different times, when he goes in and he looks into this mirror, he sees an image that forms in the mirror, and the image is all sorts of different things, and that's the energy that he goes into that consciousness and then expresses life through that consciousness. And the fascinating thing was that as he looks in the mirror, and there was like a swirling energy of purple and violet that came through, and I wrote that down. And then afterwards, when I was looking up Archangel Zadkiel, they said that Archangel Zadkiel's energy is connected to purple and violet, which was amazing. And there's purple and violet behind me here as well.
That's why you've done that, I imagine, as well. How beautiful.
Yeah, thank you. And so I mean, I didn't intentionally you know, create this for that, but it's amazing how it all ties into the story that I'm telling anyway.
Yeah, absolutely. And so
Yeah.
is it in print at the minute, or are you trying to get the funds?
No, well, I want to, I put it out to some publishers, and I had a publisher in the UK come back with a book contract for me. It's a great book contract. I've been through it in depth. There's 10 stages of development in the publishing process. There's a lot of marketing. There's distribution, wide distribution through all the online platforms and all, you know, book distribution channels, bookstores globally, including, you know, physical paperbacks in their factory to go out. And it's a really, really great what it offers. However, there is a production cost with the book, which is 5,000 Australian. It would be less, of course, if it was on the UK, but in Australia, so it's quite a bit more. And so I've put together a GoFundMe campaign, and I would love people to, you know, support the book and donate if they can. You know, any amount would be really, really appreciated, and I want them to be part of, you know, the process of the journey of the book, and we're sharing, you know, the process as we go along, the updates, and I'm not allowed to, with GoFundMe, you're not really allowed to offer anything with that, but you know, there are some nice things that I'd like to add, but you know, I don't know if I can mention that at all. They don't like you doing that. So, but anyway, I like to include people as much as I can in that process, and I'm really, really excited, but I do need, you know, support to be able to get that publishing done. So I'm hoping that, you know, people will get on board with this, and they'll maybe feel an energetic alignment with it, a resonance where they want to support it. I did have a beautiful friend in Queensland who said that when I told her about it, she got goosebumps all down her spine, and straight away she wanted to donate, which was lovely. So, you know, if people feel inspired, it would really support this amazing book that's come through. And also, you know, these things happen for a reason. I don't want it to just sort of sit at home on my computer. I want it to go out so people can read it, and you know, I can share it out there because it's come through for a reason. And so now, you know, I want it to go out, and I'm really excited to have people read it. Each chapter, with whatever it represents, has not only the energy of that consciousness of whatever it is, and there's different things, you know, there's even fireworks is one of the consciousnesses, and there's different animals, you know, owls, even elephant energy, all different things, but they all represent a particular trait. For example, the reindeer mirror is sensitivity, the ocean mirror is oneness, and they've all got a particular trait that they really embody, that is, you know, being conveyed in that chapter. And
Firework one be?
Say that again, sorry.
What would the firework one be?
Oh, fireworks is, I'll just look that up. Illumination. Yeah, which is interesting.
So I just coincidentally, or there is no coincidence, but I was playing firework noises to my darling dog this morning because he's so frightened of fireworks, and so randomly I do put the fire. So I'm just interested to know what you're going to say about fireworks. Yeah, but that's a mirror for each one that you're doing. Then each chapter tells you what.
Yes,
A pack of cards from this, there could be, couldn't there, Medyhne?
They could be, say that again?
A pack of cards.
Yeah. Oh, they could actually be, yes, because they have a painting for each chapter that goes with it, that's like perfect for every chapter. And I'd love to do cards for it too, but just even, you know, to get the book out would be
absolutely, of course, I'd love to.
Yeah.
So it's motivating for people, you know, like by reading it, because we're all amazing people, but because we've been so indoctrinated, and that's what Arise Humanity is all about, as is my page. You know, we've been so indoctrinated to believe we're not enough when we're so much more than enough.
Absolutely, yes. I mean, it's an example of how sacred every being is. Doesn't matter what it is, and it may seem like something that is not that significant, or that doesn't necessarily have a consciousness, but it still has a soul and a consciousness. And every human is very special. I mean, even, you know, when you get older, people think, oh, you know, my life's coming to a close, my life's finished, there's not much left for me. But the start of the book is interesting because it talks about how that even though this person had they had felt like their life was sort of, they'd done all their work years and they were going into a new phase, but it was like a quiet phase where they were winding down. The book says, no, that's not the case. This is actually the infancy of that soul's experience by what happens with this journey that they experience. And so it says, you know, you never, while you're here, you're never sort of redundant. There's always a really important reason.
Because that's the time you can go into yourself, when you've got the time to go into yourself and find out what your real passion is, and just go with that.
Absolutely, absolutely, so important. Can I share also? I've got a picture here, which is just an idea for a cover. It's one of my paintings, and it's relevant to a few of the chapters. So I'll just share that if I can. And here is just an idea, you know, for the cover of the book. With can you see that, Jackie?
Yeah, absolutely. That's lovely. Yes. And it like brings your inner child to it as well, doesn't it?
It does. It really does. And you know, all those beings have a consciousness, and you know, it's all about also unifying in a loving oneness, and you know, that heart there and that sort of thing as well. So yeah, it's a very exciting. I'm really excited, and I hope that people get behind and support it, because the sooner I can, you know, get on board and publish. It takes 12 months for the process to go through all the stages and get it ready. Anyone who, you know, written a book probably knows it's a journey. Yeah.
I don't know how Shirley Batty's done it. Wonderful Shirley Batty with the little owl. She lives near us, and bless her heart, she was 91 2 days ago. And she's written so many books. I don't know how she's managed to get so many published. But yeah, quite incredible. And she's so well known, but not particularly well. And she really wants to go to the other side and help from there.
Oh, really? Yes. A lot of people are transitioning at the minute. Yes, because it is a time where souls have decided, you know, what direction they want to go, and it's all like a personal choice that, you know, souls have already contracted to, I guess, you know, prior to coming in. So
yeah, exactly. And that's the thing, we have contracted to this. Oh, I really hope you get this book ready to go soon. So even when you've got the funds, then it's going to be a year before it can be out.
I would say so. It does take about that long, but you know, I'll keep everyone posted along the whole journey, how it's all going, and I want to sort of include everyone as much as I can in that. And I do also want to give a shout out to something exciting that's happened. That is that a global licensing agency called Archangel, they've just taken me on board. So I have a licensing manager and agency now for my artwork, and they've given me permission to use all these paintings in the book as well. So that's really lovely.
That's amazing. So that is so good. While you're saying that, I'll just show you what encaustic art is. So that's just one example of what we did the other night. That was somebody's art, but you can see so much in it, and it's just using an iron. You get a proper iron for it, and then put the whatever colors. And what's so fascinating about it is what colors you choose to use, because that would mean something. But what we could see within everybody's different pictures was just beautiful. So yeah, how lovely though. Oh, I love it that you love art like that. But I've seen 2 or 3 that you've posted recently, and they're quite big paintings that you do, aren't they?
Yes. Well, some of them are really big. I've done quite a few really, really big ones, and a few smaller ones. And I actually have been asked to do with Archon an exhibition in Sydney next year in November 2026, which will be so exciting. So I actually started on one of my first paintings for that the other day, because I've been told you have to have a cohesive theme in these exhibitions, and I've picked a theme and I'm working on that. So that's really cool. And who knows, it might end up in the next book if we get to do another one. But yeah, it's so interesting how everything comes full circle and it all ties together, and you don't know you're doing it for that reason, but then you come to a point you think, oh, that goes with that, and that goes with that, and it's all meant to be.
Exactly. Yeah. Yeah. And when you look back as well, even on your life, you can see, oh, that's why I did that. That's why I did that.
Yes.
Yeah. Yeah. Might not seem the best at the time sometimes with what we go through, but when you look back, you can see why you had to go through that.
Yeah, very true. That's very true. And I wanted to also thank all the people so far who have donated. You know, I had a few private donations as well as what's on the fundraiser. So I have got a bit more than that, which is fantastic because, you know, we're getting closer to the goal. And I believe that I can get there if people keep supporting it, which is fantastic. But I do really want to thank all the beautiful people who have already contributed. And yeah, I just hope that, you know, we can get to the finish line.
You will, because it's there, it's ready, isn't it? So
Yeah.
that's
Yes.
brilliant, Medyhne. Honestly, thank you for sharing this with us. And when we finish this, I'll get the link at the, well, if you could post the link. Oh, I think you sent it to me, so I can post that link
Oh,
underneath.
perfect. Oh, that'd be fantastic. And I also have a website too, which has the same link on there too. So I'll share that with you as well, Jackie. And I'd love to also, I don't know if can I get a copy of this video to put on my channel as well?
Absolutely. Yeah, I can send that to you.
Oh, that'd be fantastic. Thank you.
Yeah.
So lovely to see you. What are you up to right at the moment?
Oh, well, when you think I used to do every Tuesday night for 8 years before lockdown and all of that rubbish, every night, of course, that's why that had to happen as well, for us to all look at our path a different way. So I went online, which I never ever dreamt or thought of doing. But before that, I was doing in person every Tuesday night. I would go into town, have a different motivational speaker every week. And so I haven't done much in person stuff recently. And then I did this on Caustic Art one on Wednesday, and I was taking all the mugs with me and all the teas and all the coffees and that. And I thought, I used to do this every single week. You know, it was, but it was so lovely to have the in-person, you know, event. And we got a big one coming up for Lionsgate with Tim Wilde and Alice Heath, out at a beautiful hotel near me in the New Forest. I was over there yesterday talking to the girl. And there was a whole herd of horses under the tree right opposite where we're going to be, and the whole, I don't know if it's called a herd, but anyway, of deer went across in front of me. I stopped way back, but they all, and all the little babies, oh my gosh. So I've got a lot of stuff coming up. Yeah, lovely Mind Body Spirit Fair. And
I love looking at the meaning of animals when they cross our path because they've always got an important message for us. And we ran across, not literally, fortunately, we were going for a walk and we came across a beautiful baby echidna. Do you know what echidna is?
what?
Echidna. It's like a hedgehog, but it's an Australian version of a hedgehog. And they're really sweet. They're so sweet. And it was a little baby one. And then we came home and looked up the spiritual meaning of, you know, echidnas, because it's always something important, you know, that they're telling us.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What was it? You don't remember?
Well, it was about, and I think a lot of people are experiencing this at the moment. It's about sort of going inward a bit at the moment. You're really working on your inner reserves and building that inner connection and that inner strength. And there's a protective quality about echidnas because, you know, they've got the spikes like the hedgehog, and they're sort of like going sort of inward and, you know, building that aspect of self as opposed to externalizing yourself in the world, you know, going out and doing a lot of things, you know. And I guess that came with the book too, because you had to sort of go inward to get the message through, you know, to bring it through. And a lot of people, I think at the moment, are feeling the need to sort of really stabilize and strengthen the inner energy for what we're going towards, because if we're wanting to really progress and ascend and raise our consciousness and our frequency so we can move forward, we need to do that inner work and just be really solid within ourselves. And there's so much, as we know, chaos going around in the external, that if you're connecting to that, you can lose your equilibrium.
Absolutely.
And yeah, so I think that was a bit of a message there for the
A really good message
on that path, yeah, of just
yeah.
keeping that inward momentum happening.
And I've got the pack of power cards, power animals, our power animal card. So I didn't look that up, but I will actually when we finish here.
Oh, fantastic.
Yeah, so it's so interesting to see all of that and to be aware of it as well, that what
Yeah,
meaning can have for us.
Yep, it's so
Thank
special.
you. Thank you so much for this, Medyhne. Honestly, I look forward to to get that book. Scott Milligan, he's an amazing medium, and he's just brought out a book called Eric, where that's a chap. I've heard him. He goes into a trance, and then this girl who works with him asks the questions, and then he's done a book on that. And I'm halfway through that. Fascinating book. So anything like what you've done there, that's really, I would love to read that.
Oh, thank you, Jackie. Is that Eric, that fellow, he passed and his mother was a doctor? Is that the one you're talking about?
He was not liked when he was on the earth plane. He had no time for people on the earth plane. And now he's gone across to the other side and he works through Scott Milligan, who travels the world. He was in Australia 2 weeks ago, actually, doing a bit of a tour. But yeah, so Eric comes through Scott, but
I think he comes through multiple people, doesn't he, Eric?
No. Oh, I've heard of another Eric. It might be the same one. You never know. But he was not liked on the earth plane because he didn't like anyone. And then he's gone the other side and he can see the error of his ways and how much love is needed on the earth plane. And, you know, what a different life he'd have now if he was on the earth plane, because he knows that he was not the nicest man to be here. But, you know, to have that honesty as well. And what he's learned from that, and what he teaches us through Scott as well. Yeah, very interesting.
And you know, another interesting thing that I was looking at was Edgar Casey did a channeling about dogs, and how many dogs coming through since 2020 are actual spiritual masters, and they're creating a bridge from 3D to 5D for humanity to walk across with their beautiful, unconditional, loving, you know, qualities, and their telepathic gifts and their intuitive gifts. And that, you know, many of the dogs here now are actually helping humanity to really ascend. And I know that my dog is a little unassuming, humble little cavoodle. He has the most incredible energy. Like, he is such a spiritual master. And if he's around, he's around. And then, for example, we took him to a groomer, and then he wasn't around, you know, in our space, and it just felt so different. Like this whole huge aura had just gone, and he's only a little tiny thing, but he's got this incredible energy, and he's such a spiritual master. And my partner absolutely dotes on him, and he came on Father's Day to us, which is beautiful, at a bit of a challenging time also to support my partner too. And he's such a higher consciousness, higher being. We're blessed to have him in our lives.
Absolutely. Something else has just gone through from what you've said there, reminded me. We had Veda Alston here the other day.
Yes, she's lovely. Yeah, amazing.
Yeah. So we put an event on for her in the New Forest, and she's just learnt about, well, in the last year, about the telepathy tapes. Have you heard of the telepathy tapes?
No. What are they?
And the weird thing was, I'd been to the spiritual church 3 weeks, 2 weeks, 3 weeks before, and the medium that night, in her address before she did the mediumship, talked about the telepathy tapes. And I'd never heard of them before. So I'd looked them up just to find out a bit more. And then obviously found out Pam Gregory, a friend of mine. Do you know Pam, who I mean?
I do. Yes,
Yeah.
I've interviewed her. And she also did a talk to introduce Veda, I saw at that event.
Oh, exactly. Yeah, which is great. So Pam, introduced her in the New Forest for us as well. She introduced Veda coming on. which was lovely. But she had done this talk with Veda about the telepathy tapes. And I said, well, you wouldn't believe that. Until 2 weeks ago, I didn't know a thing about them. So then you've got the universe telling you, you need to know more about that.
Yes, definitely. So what are they about, the
So
telepathy?
this is children that have autism, or the autists that you think are, you know, not very capable, but they're so capable. And they have, like, their parents can do the telepathy for them. And also there's certain people that can pick up on their thoughts. And so Veda would ask them questions about what the water meaning was. Because the water, you know, we have no idea about the intelligence of water. I mean, we're just learning how important and how intelligent the water is. And so she would ask the children, or the autists, what the meaning of that was, and then they would telepathy to the parent or to the other person that could read their thoughts. And she's had the most amazing results from it, what these children have helped her with. And it's bringing their consciousness to, and they're so excited. They're so excited to be heard now, because they weren't being heard. And yet they've got so much wisdom.
That's amazing. You know, I always thought intuitively that people with autism are actually not suited to this frequency band that we're living in, this 3D. It's too dense a reality for them. But once we go into a higher frequency, 5D, they will exist with ease, and their true gifts and abilities will shine through in their true potential, because that frequency suits their energy. But this one doesn't match them, and so they can't express their true self.
So with this way, when you start to realize how they can do that, that even how meaningful it is that they're here at this time for us to help us understand, like they're saying God is in the water. I mean, it's just amazing. And the truth chills, while you were saying that, about they are higher vibration, and they're up there already, and we're getting there. But the dogs, the animals are there already as well.
Oh yeah, they're so precious. Yeah, absolutely. Yeah.
This has been a great catch up. Thank you so much.
It has been, Jackie. So lovely. And yeah, we must do it again soon.
Absolutely. And then I'll put the post, for your book underneath, and also you'll put the post for your website, was it?
Yes, absolutely. That'll be fantastic. Oh, thank you, Jackie. So good to talk to you, and thank you everyone who's listening.
Anyone watching. Yeah, loads of love. Thank you.
Yeah, thank you.
Okay, bye.